Hi, welcome. My name is Diane Larry, and I'm the first Vice President of the Florida Watercolor Society. And next year, I will be your president in 2021, which is also the 50th anniversary of our society. We will be returning to Coral Springs at the Museum of Art. And our convention will be at the Coral Springs Marriott Hotel and Convention Center. For this special year, we've invited Kiko Tanabe to be our exhibition juror and workshop judge. She's going to teach us about color and value through the energy and rhythm of vibrant color.
Hi, my name is Keiko Tanabe. A big congratulations to the Florida Watercolor Society. You're celebrating the 50th anniversary in 2021, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to join you. What a tremendous honor. So I'd like to say thank you to the president, board members, and entire membership for inviting me to be your anniversary exhibition juror and also workshop teacher.
Our second workshop instructor is Alexis Levine. She's also going to be jurying the online show. She will be teaching us how to make the extraordinary from the ordinary.
Hi, I'm Alexis Levine, one of your workshop instructors and jurors for 2021. I'm hopeful that by September of 2021, things will be back to normal in this country and in Florida, and we will be meeting in person. My workshop for you will be called From Ordinary to Extraordinary. Oftentimes, we think that we have to find the perfect, exciting, dramatic subject for our paintings. Subjects like these do make good paintings, but ordinary subjects can make equally wonderful paintings. In our workshop, I'll be working with you to take ordinary, everyday subjects, which we just might overlook, and I'll help you to turn them into dynamic, arresting works of art. All it takes is a fresh vision, some thoughtful designing, and strategic use of your watercolors.
And our own Jorge Leon will show us how to put a little drama in our pour during his 2-day workshop on pouring. Susan Hansen will have a 1-day workshop on how to see and design abstractly. And assuming that we're back live in 2021, we will come back strong with a new round of engaging demonstrators, including the rising stars to the great masters, and we'll throw in some alternative techniques. We'll be back with the one-on-one critiques because the information that new artists get is priceless. The 50th anniversary paint-around will be comprised of 5 past presidents who will show their skills and paint on 5 different paintings, creating 5 different masterpieces that 5 different lucky Florida Watercolor Society members will win at our raffle. And of course, the trade show will be back in its grandeur with the product demos, special deals, energy, and just a great old time. Finally, we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary Golden Gala celebration. We will be celebrating 50 years of FWS history and also honoring past presidents who have gone through tremendous difficulties, unsurmountable problems, many hurricanes, global warming, and even a pandemic, and they have lasted 50 years.
My name is Catherine Davis, and I'd like to welcome you to my studio here in Orlando. I was president of FWS in 2003, and then in 2004, I was co-president with Jerry Summers in Tallahassee. The friendship she made, that's priceless. I got to know Debbie Rankin, Sue Allen, and Donna Morrison. I've kept up with each of them, and they're just truly sweet, dear friends who mean the world to me. Thank you for letting me be president of FWS those 2 amazing years and making friendships that will last a lifetime. Hopefully I'll get to see everybody in 2021. Take care. Thank you.
My name is Marilyn Johansson. In 2014, I was president of the Florida Watercolor Society. Mankind over time has realized the connection between original artwork and healing. So the Florida Watercolor Society asks for your donation, anywhere from $5 or more, to help us purchase a painting each year from one of our watercolor artists, so that it can be donated to a medical facility or hospital in the area where our conventions are held.
Hello, I'm Kim Shields, FWS President 2016. The year 2021 will be the Florida Watercolor Society's 50th anniversary. President Diane Larry has requested that maybe some of us old-timers would like to create a video reminiscing about our term. I'd like to share with you now a small outtake of that video, which will be displayed at a later date. Hello, I'm Kim Shields, FWS President in 2016. It was my honor to be a part of FWS bringing back their annual convention and trade show to the Ocala area after a long absence. Our theme that year was We Are Family. I would like to share with you now some of my thoughts and memories.
The Ocala Hilton was so helpful. Neither FWS nor I could have asked for a better partner. The most difficult part for me was, due to the University of Florida football schedule, the Hilton was not able to confirm our final dates until December of 2015. This date is normally known years in advance. With the help of our judges, Ted Nuttall and Ron Thurston, along with our one-day workshop artists, Kathy Durden with portraits, and Steve Rogers with our very first plein air workshop, we were able to expand to more options for our members.
I thought overall the event was a good one, and I'm pleased that FWS has plans to return to Ocala in 2023 with President Alexis Levine. But there's always something you wish you had done differently, and for me it was the catalog, and wishing I had turned to a different publisher.
Opening night saw a large crowd, and not just for the food and wine, but there was plenty of all three. Even the Gala Awards dinner saw a larger than normal turnout of over 180 people in attendance.
Hi, my name is Rita Sapensky. I was president of Florida Watercolor Society back in 2017. Currently, I hold the position of communications director, so I'm the one that's bombarding your email box with all of our email blasts and information that FWS puts out, and I'm also responsible for creating the newsletter that you receive 4 times a year. So let me tell you a little bit about my presidency in 2017. It takes about 3 years of planning prior to putting on a convention. So you have to choose your location, your judges for online show and for the exhibition, your workshop artists, everything else that goes along with it. So 3 years in the planning, we've got everything going right up to Sunday was when we were supposed to have our meet and greet. And then Monday morning was our workshop. So Thursday is when I had to evacuate my home because I live in Key Largo. And we were, at that point in time, we were in the center of the cone of despair. Here I left my home, went to Hollywood, which wasn't really too much further up the road actually. Had to make a decision on Thursday whether to continue because they weren't sure now where Irma was going to go to, but it was going to affect the entire state. So I made the decision to cancel the event, which was very disappointing from all the hard work from everybody on the board and all of our vendors, especially, that had to cancel all their orders that they had for our convention that year. The good thing that I could tell you about 2017 is I probably had the best exhibition reception ever. It was delayed until late October. It was held at the Coral Springs Museum of Art, and fortunately was able to get in before and judge the show. So I got to meet him in person, got to see how he judged everything, which was really interesting. We had this wonderful reception that included a performance artist, a several-piece member band, which there was dancing. That was a huge dance floor. We had chefs cooking at stations. So we had a chef making cheesy grits and shrimp. And we had another chef at another station making stir fry. And they had them in the cute little Chinese takeout boxes. It was themed after like a French masquerade because it was so late in October. It was close to Halloween. So there were people in costume. So we had quite a turnout, and if you didn't make the reception that year, you missed something really, really special. So speaking of special, I wanted to tell you what brought me to Florida Watercolor Society. Back in 2007, I was going through chemotherapy. I was able to join Gilda's Club of South Florida, where they had this wonderful watercolor artist named Dottie Hutton, who's a member of Florida Watercolor Society. She was teaching an informal watercolor class. So that's where I learned how to paint, was through Gilda's Club. And that was 2007. In 2008, there was the FWS convention held locally in Delray Beach. So Dottie took me to the convention. She was actually in that year's show. I saw my first demo. My first demo was Carol Ann Sherman, who I never saw before. And she demoed on Yupo. And I'm like, what the heck is Yupo? And so we went to that demonstration. She was hilarious. I will never forget that demonstration. I was like mesmerized by Carol Ann. Thank you, Carol Ann. The other person that I saw was Ann Abgott. And she mingled these colors on watercolor paper. And I was like, wow, that is like totally amazing. So I saw at least 2 demos while I was there. We went into the trade show. I met Cheap Joe. I bought my first set of brushes there and my first paints there. So I bought my brushes and paints at Florida Watercolor Society. That was my very, very first. So now I'm driving home and I'm going, oh my God, it was like I went to a rock concert or something. I was just so pumped and just like, what is Florida Watercolor Society? This is a wonderful organization. Here I am, years later. I'm actually on the board and I'm president. I mean, who would have thought? I've just learned so much from this organization and met so many wonderful artists and so many wonderful people, and I made so many wonderful friends. This organization is really, really well run. And if you ever have a chance to serve on the board, I would encourage you to do so, because the memories and the learning that you would get from being on the board is something that you can't purchase. It's priceless. I want to thank Florida Watercolor Society for all that they've given me, because I feel like I've gotten so much more from them than what I've given them. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to members and supporters of the Florida Watercolor Society. I'm Jerome Chesley. I was the 2018 president from Sarasota, Florida. And being a board member and an officer on the organization is a 7-year commitment. However, the experience and the achievements is something that I'm so glad to have experienced. The board works all year long and beyond to deliver a convention, a trade show, and an annual convention. I was able to trust my board to meet all their accomplishments. And I also relied on past President Mary Lou Ringers of Sarasota for her advice and direction. The previous year's 2017 convention was canceled due to Hurricane Irma, so I wasn't able to closely view all the behind-the-scenes tasks that needed to be done. But when the people said, "Oh, it'll turn out fine," I know that that can only happen with years of hard work, planning, and a team of community and FWS volunteers. The experience was not without its challenges. The Sarasota Arts Center was next door to the convention facility, and they refused to allow us to exhibit, even though they received state and county funds to promote tourism to bring arts into the city. But having to search in another county brought us to Arts Center Manatee, who appreciated FWS and our excellent art and artists. But for what I recall as highlights, well, I organized a special President's Exhibition of watercolors of past presidents, board members, local community, volunteers for the inaugural exhibition of a brand new hotel in downtown Sarasota called Art Ovation, which is based on an arts theme. Well, this watercolor promotion resulted in a greater understanding and appreciation of the art of watercolor for all hotel guests and local supporters. And instead of the Wednesday night board dinner that we usually have, I chartered a scenic dinner cruise on the bay for the board, vendors, and workshop artist participants. Boy, I was lucky that a storm passed through the week before the convention to wash away the effects of the red tide that affected the Gulf Coast. But I'll always remember that inspiring Saturday evening banquet entertainment of the Sarasota Circus Conservatory. The cost of the evening's event went to help and promote educational scholarships in the performing arts, and the performers wowed the crowd. Working as a president and being on the board, it's allowed me to help other artists become inspired, promote the art of watercolor, and be better artists.
Hi, my name is Kim Minicello, and it was an honor and privilege to serve as the Florida Watercolor Society's president in 2019. My hat goes off to Rita Shapinski, the 2017 president who had Hurricane Irma to contend with, and Terry Denson, the 2020 president who had a worldwide pandemic affect her plans for the year. The most memorable and enjoyable task I did as president was calling the award winners in the annual and online exhibitions to tell them they had received an award. One of the highlights of my year is going to the convention and getting to spend time with all my great FWS friends. Cheers and happy painting.
I can't wait to see what happens in the next 50 years. I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2021, September 19th to the 26th in Coral Springs, Florida. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there. Take care. And in the meantime, stay safe and paint.
Paint me a heart, won't fall apart.